Telangana. It's 17 seats. It's a tri-cornered contest between the ruling Congress party here in the state, the BJP, which is hoping to be the principal challenger, and of course the BRS, which ruled the state for the last 10 years and then lost power in last year's assembly elections. The big question is, what are the main issues in the battle for Telangana? There is a lot of sound in this election campaign, from Muslim quota to Mangal Sutra, and today you have a senior Congress leader using rather racist terms referring to Northeast Indians and Southern Indians and so on. But this is all the surround sound of the election. What really matters are the issues that are important to the people of this country and certainly to the people of this city, Hyderabad. We have a lovely mix of panelists joining us in this beautiful location. It's called the Chiran Fort, right in the heart of Begumpet here in Hyderabad. To my left, Rachna Reddy is spokesperson of the BJP. Welcome to the show. Dr. Lubna Sarwat is a Lok Sabha candidate from the Siddhartha Rajkiya party. And to her left, Kingshuk Nag is a senior journalist and a veteran resident of the city of Hyderabad. To my right, Saida Falak is a leader of the AIMIM. Of course, their leader, Mr. Owaisi, has been representing the city for the last 4 terms now. To her right, we have Mr. Dinesh Chaudhary, who's spokesperson of the BRS party. And to his right, Mr. Shyam Mohan, spokesperson of the Congress party. So, let's start. And we also have a lovely audience of residents of Hyderabad who are here to be asking questions of their political party representatives and also to tell us what issues really matter to them. So welcome all of you to the Battle for Bharat. We'll start off with a round of applause for the panelists and for this lovely audience that has joined us in this beautiful setting here at the Chiran Fort. Rachna Reddy, let me start with you first. Last time around, the 17 seats split, 9 to the BRS, 4 to the BJP and 3 to the Congress. Why does your party believe that you are in a principal position to win maximum seats in Telangana? I spoke to the Chief Minister a couple of days ago. He says BJP will get less than what it got last time. How do you counter him?
Firstly, a lovely evening to all of you and to the audience. I would like to start out by stating that in 2019 itself, at that point of time, the BJP was in contention but not seriously so. And in spite of that, in spite of the BRS getting a landslide victory in the assembly elections that happened just a few months prior in 2019 as well, there were certain statements made by the then Chief Minister and, of course, the events and the policy issues that transpired later on, that in 2019, surprisingly and heartily, the Bharatiya Janata Party stood to gain to 4 seats. And in fact, we did not get a single one previously. Now, the situation is such that the 10 years that have passed, the policy initiatives, all the national ones, right from the abrogation of Article 370 to the women's reservation, to the abrogation of triple talaq, a lot of events, and most importantly, the burgeoning economy, and where we stand just in 10 years, the Hyderabadis and Telanganites right now have only one thought in mind, and that is the Bharatiya Janata Party. Okay. Surveys regularly and otherwise. And now, why we are in the pole position is because of also the lackadaisical performance of the Congress in the last 4 months as well.
I'll come to that in 1 second, but I'm taking off from what Rachna Reddy has said. What does your party, the MIM, which sends only one representative to Parliament, how do you fight in a national election? Why should the people vote for a regional party like you in a national election?
No, we are a national party. We are slowly expanding our wings. We have fielded our candidates in Bihar, UP, Maharashtra, and here in Telangana, we focus on the quality and not on the quantity. Here we have only one MP, but in whole Telangana, we get our work done We address the issues of all the minorities of Telangana. And if there is any issue in any other district of Telangana, apart from Hyderabad, our representatives are there, our corporators are there in each district. And we, one MP here he is one MP, but he is the best parliamentarian. Among all the 543 MPs, he is the best parliamentarian.
No, that's an award that is given regularly to a lot of parliamentarians. That's not a measure of, that he is the best parliamentarian. I come back to, why should people vote for a regional party?
See, we have been winning from the Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituency from past 40 years.
Yes.
And people have been voting, giving us vote continuously because we have done so much of work here. And because of our work, people vote and they see the work, accordingly they vote. We work irrespective of the religion. We have been through the people, we have stood by the people through thick and thin, through ups and downs, and we have done so much of work. So that's why they vote, they trust us. They love us, the people of Hyderabad.
So in this election, the campaign pitch has really reached a shrill level on issues of taking away reservation from SC, STs, giving it to minorities. The Prime Minister says Congress Party apne Mangal Sutra cheen lenge. Shyam Mohan of the Congress Party, how will you respond to that? Your leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, has been going on and on, even though it's not in your manifesto, about wealth redistribution, even as recently as 2 days ago, about taking money away from the rich and giving it to the poor.
Frankly speaking, at the very outset, I must compliment CNN for conducting this program.
Thank you.
It's a true spirit of democracy that you're doing. So, coming to the point, I'll tell you, we are running the race only to win the race, Congress. Okay? So that's the first point. The second point, whatever you may say, Rahul ji has been straining every nerve to serve the nation, to spread the welfare amongst every citizen of the country. So whatever steps that we are taking consciously about the nation, about the people.
So the Prime Minister is right when he says, "Aapka Mangal Sutra cheen lenge, aapke do bais ho to ek ko cheen lenge."
In a secular country like India, such statements are appreciated. You think people are appreciating that? It's not. Is it not very derogatory
So
to the
can you
sentiments and
explain,
psyche of the people?
Can you explain to the viewers, the audience here and the viewers who are watching this, what is this wealth redistribution plan? Because a lot of people are afraid that property ko le lenge, sona ko le lenge.
You know very well, only a few hands have got lot of wealth with them. I can't comment whether it's ill-gotten wealth or well-gotten wealth or how they acquired that. Nobody can say that. But then there are agencies which will go into the details of the whole thing. And when such things are explored and then such wealth is received, it will be properly distributed. And I'm not saying that. And don't you think there are people who have got such wealth here in the state, outside the country? There are any number of people.
So the point is the difference between ill-gotten wealth and well-gotten wealth. But be that as it may, let me ask Dr. Lubna. I come back to the point that is being raised in this election on all of these national issues. People are now very smart. They are saying that this is a vote for the nation. This is for where the country is going in the next 10 years. This is for national security issues. This is for national issues. So where does a city like Hyderabad, and you're a candidate representing a very small party, where do you stand a chance? Because ultimately, people are making that very clear distinction. This is a national election.
Yeah, so if you're talking about the party is a nationally registered party, unrecognized party, that's all. So there's no technical difference about me being a small party and contesting from Hyderabad, that's ruled out. Now, coming to the, when an MP is a member in the House of People, we are representing a particular Lok Sabha constituency, wherein we try to address the local issues and also see how it is merges into the national scheme, the national scheme of things. So when we talk of, like in my manifesto, I have spoken right from the climate crisis, the environmental issues, till the drug issue and the education issue and the jobs issue that are harping mainly the Hyderabad constituency.
But Dr. Lubna, none of these issues are being featured on the campaign trail. Campaign trail is all about wealth redistribution and, you know, snatching away quotas and all of that.
Mangal Sutras and all that.
Yes.
I understand. But if you want to, I can forward you my campaign videos. Maybe my campaign videos did not reach the mighty CNN. But if you
forget
look
about
at,
us. Is it reaching the people?
Yeah, we are trying to reach it out to the people to as much extent I can on this through the social media and on the ground and other channels. Okay. So what I'm telling is, if you if the focus should not be just on the major parties, what are the barbs being exchanged? If you are seeing that only barbs are being exchanged, that one party talks about somebody's children, a section of the community's children, and another party, like Imam, is immediately responding only to that, then what's election about? This is where is my agenda coming, where I am speaking, just as I told you, right from the Nalas, the Yakutpura, what I have surveyed, it will break your heart. I recommend not Chiran Fort. Your place should be the Talab Katta of Yakutpura.
Okay. So let me ask King Shuknad, the way this election is being framed, whether it is actually here in Telangana, I was in Karnataka a few weeks ago, there also the election is being framed something like this. The BJP says it is about Modi ki guarantee. The India Alliance, and of course the Congress is ruling here, Congress is ruling in Karnataka as well, they say it's about the Congress's 5 guarantees. The Chief Minister here also promised 5 guarantees and came to power. Was he able to keep any of them?
Let me tell you one thing. This election is not about the things you mentioned. This thing is about BJP trying to expand into South India. BJP is a party which is a North Indian party and a West Indian party.
Okay. But they already have 4 MPs from Telangana. They have, I think, what, 7 MLAs or 8 MLAs? 8 MLAs, yeah.
So they are a national party, and Mr. Modi realizes surely that if he does not make a headway in South India, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, he will not be a national party in source. So therefore, he is trying to enter here.
No, but what do you mean enter here? I can understand in the case of, let's say, Kerala or Tamil Nadu, where it's yet to open its account in that sense. But in Telangana, they already have a presence.
Yeah, this is just a presence now. Nobody thinks BJP is a major party here. Now they are trying to build up the party, and therefore you have got Kavita and all.
Rachna. No, but tell me, my point is, what is stopping them from building here?
Because you have to have a contact with the people. The people have to expect that this party represents my...
I will ask this to the BRS spokesperson also, but a couple of election experts from Telangana that I spoke to said this election, one of the critical factors to watch out for is the BRS vote. The BRS voter, because this time they feel some of the BRS voter might shift to the BJP.
Yes, that's
BRS
true.
has no skin in
You
this,
see,
this
don't
game.
forget this is a new state. It was formed in 2014.
Yes.
And BRS won the elections. But after that, BRS has done nothing. So BRS is losing support.
Do you think the BRS vote will shift to the BJP?
It can partly shift to the Congress party, to the BJP.
Partly to the Congress, partly to the BJP. Mr. Chaudhary, will you respond to that? This seems to be a case not just for your party, but also some of the other regional parties. For example, in Tamil Nadu, there is a big thing that the AIDMK voter will shift to the BJP because AIDMK has no skin in this game. BRS has no skin in this game.
No, that is a misconception which we would like to clear. Because these elections are where Telangana people elect their representatives to represent their interests in the parliament.
Sure.
And definitely the people have seen that neither BJP nor Congress have that much interest to raise their voice on Telangana issues. Because we have seen, after Telangana was formed, many assurances and guarantees have been given to it in the AP Reorganization Act. But none of them have taken place. You see Kazipet coach factory, it hasn't materialized. You see Bayaram steel factory, it hasn't materialized. You see national status to any of the irrigation projects, it hasn't materialized.
No, but let me ask you.
Neither was Telangana given any of the rightfully, what do you call, its share in medical colleges or Navodaya schools.
But let me ask you, when the there are two very clear choices before the people of this country in this election. There is the BJP and Mr. Modi. They are very clear about what they stand for. There is the India Alliance. You can say, it's a hodgepodge. There are all kinds of parties. Congress is some kind of a fulcrum there. But they are a second clear choice. You are in neither side. So how do you figure? Where do you figure?
Yes, we figure where Telangana's interests align. We are the voice of Telangana because we are the reason Telangana state was formed.
Okay.
It was KCRG's 14 years of continued struggle due to which Telangana was formed and alienation of all the major players in India took place. And today, Telangana's interest needs to be protected because being the youngest state of India, it has to have its due share in everything.
No, but this was said in the assembly election 6 months ago also. Statehood has happened. It's been 10 years.
Yes.
It's now a new state. Statehood is no longer an issue. You are the party responsible for statehood, but now people want more. They want basic
Yes,
facilities,
they want more.
guarantees,
But
whatever it is that they want.
People of Telangana are also asking, in the previous elections, they have given BJP 4 MPs.
Yeah.
What did they gain from electing 4 MPs from
Okay.
BJP?
What
haven't
did-
got any new projects, or we didn't get any additional funds other than which were owed to us.
What did your 4 MPs achieve for this state? Kinshuk Nag says you are still not considered a South Indian party.
The Bharatiya Janata Party has given Telangana more than what it has asked for. To start out with, let me talk about the projects quickly. The projects, they speak about not getting national status, quote unquote, to certain projects. Which one? Khaleshwaram, Khalamuru, Rangareddy. Please ask them if they ever went through the procedure of seeking national status with the central government. And Kaleshwaram is mired in corruption. And they never approached the central government for any procedural requirements as far as permissions are concerned, as far as financing is concerned, as far as center-state equation, as far as projects is concerned.
You say corruption. You know, I asked Revant Reddy, the Chief Minister of the state, a couple of days ago when I interviewed him, K. Kavita has been arrested in the liquor gate scandal. He said Kavita is just an excuse. The people who should be arrested are KCR and KTR. The reason they are not getting arrested is because there is a secret understanding between BJP and BRS. This is what he said.
Congress will always cry. I'll tell you why. They have been wanting Kavita to get arrested for the last 2 years.
Yes.
We have been stating, or rather the BJP stand was that it's a procedural issue. It is with the agencies. It is under investigation. It will be taken care of. You know what? Congress will cry if it is now. Congress will cry if it is 9 months after the fact also. Because Congress has lost its teeth in the game.
Let Mr. Sham respond, and then Mr. Chaudhary, I also want to ask you, because I don't see
With that
any
arrest.
sympathy wave for the arrest of your
No,
leader.
there's absolutely
in
no
this
sympathy
state.
wave.
Nobody is shedding a tear because your leader has been arrested.
Let me.
Yeah, okay. Mr. Chaudhary first, and then I'll.
Everybody with even a simple iota of political knowledge can clearly see that those are fabricated cases. No money trail has been established.
Okay.
No money has been recovered. And neither her interest in any of the above said industries or the parties have been clearly established by
No, but
ED.
why are we not seeing that on the ground? There doesn't seem to be any such sentiment. Even
No.
your party workers are not agitating.
That will definitely, you will see that reflected in the voting and the
In the
votes
voting this
which go
election.
against BJP in the Nizamabad
Okay.
parliament segment.
Mr. Sham, yeah. So the point is that you on the one hand are saying KCR family is corrupt, they're all corrupt. Kavita has been arrested, but your chief minister says BJP and BRS are A team and B team. If they're A team and B team, why is the daughter of the former chief minister being arrested?
Well, I do not wish to talk about that particular aspect as the matter is pending in the court. Number one.
No, do you believe she's corrupt or not?
I will not comment on that.
You will not comment on that.
Number
Okay.
one. Number one. Number two. BRS and Congress is never together. BJP and
No,
BRS
that's what I'm
together.
saying.
Yes.
If it is your allegation
Yes, yes.
that BJP and
Yes,
BRS
yes,
are A team and B
There
team,
have been several instances where we can say the TRS and TRS leaders and also the BJP leaders are handing low.
No, but
They
why
have a
is,
secret
why is
understanding.
the BJP arresting the daughter of the former BRS chief minister?
Well, see, that's what exactly I say. I don't want to comment on that particular aspect because
Okay.
the agencies will take its care.
Okay.
That's one thing. The secondly, sir, time and again, some people are claiming Telangana is exclusive right of some people, some leaders, but Telangana is certainly not the signature event of any particular political party or political leader. It
Okay.
is a significant event of the people, by the people, and for the people. Everybody struggled for this. Not for the last 14 years, for the last 60 years.
I'll come to the people.
That has to be noted,
the
please.
people of Telangana, the audience here, we have a lovely audience. They have some questions for you. I wish somebody can pass around a mic so that the audience can. Swastika, my colleague, is here, so she's going to pass around a mic, and you can please identify yourself and also identify who you want to ask the question to. Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Good evening and welcome to CNN team here.
Thank you.
My name is Major Shiva Kiran. I served in the army for a while and I'm a Resident Welfare Association movement in Hyderabad and elsewhere. Just a couple of observations and then I'll ask a specific question.
Sure.
Also. See, what we find is a trust deficit when you talk to the people. You talked of Brighten for Bharat when you began your
Program, yes.
So when Telangana having 17 seats, the significance in terms of numbers with 545 is something which a lot of us don't understand. And then when you said the voter is so discerning that he knows which is an MLA election, which is an MP election.
Yes.
And then as a community we've been involved in trying to increase the voting percentage. But as you saw the discussion also happening and which you raised very much, that what is the political discourse about? You talked of the wealth redistribution,
Yeah.
like that. So I think we're getting a little lost there in terms of what are the real issues. If you talk of Hyderabad, the issues I think which Lubna brought out a little bit more. Universally, environment, we're talking of ESG, environment, social governance. None of these people are even talking about it. Why are you not talking about it? If you talk of Hyderabad today, traffic is a big issue like any urban city.
I believe just yesterday, 1 hour of rain and the city came to a standstill.
But why only Hyderabad? Right now, not to criticize our city, we're
True.
happy to be in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
We're happy to be in India because India is the fifth largest economy. Very happy to be here.
Okay.
But relatively speaking, Hyderabad is still better. We have enough resources. But the point is, there's an urban problem in Bombay, in Chennai, everywhere. So what are you guys doing? What is your vision about the urban issues? One. Second is, why is the rural population migrating? When we say all this, lot of things happening in the rural areas, why are people coming down to urban areas?
Okay.
So these are two
let's
things.
get an answer to both those questions. But before we get the political spokespersons to answer that, all right. So Rachna Reddy, please respond to the question asked by the gentleman there. What is your vision for Hyderabad? If 1 hour of rain can bring the cities to a standstill, then clearly, there is a problem. You're not speaking to the urban voters like the gentleman there.
Urban voters as well as rural voters, the Bharatiya Janata Party has in the last 10 years and especially in Telangana has involved itself in a lot of infrastructure and development programs. Infrastructurally, in the last 10 years, the national highways, of which we can do. The RMB of the State Department has to take care of the state roads and state highways, but the national highways, in terms of numbers as well as percentage, is much more than the last 60 years put together. We've had more national highways in the process of construction and completed and inaugurated in the last 10 years itself, including railways as well, railway stations and railways as well. As far as the urban infrastructure is concerned, urban infrastructure allow us to come to power in the state. But having said that, urban infrastructure-wise as well, we are going to, we are planning as far as bridges, etc. are concerned to take care of the traffic, etc. And the environment is, sir, essentially included in the manifesto of the Bharatiya Janata Party also, because we want to keep in track or rather keep in tandem with the carbon footprint according to our requirements in the
Lubna,
international conventions.
Dr. Lubna, you don't think the national parties have helped develop urban infrastructure or helped solve the urban problems that voters in cities like Hyderabad have?
Yes, the last 10 years are a testimony to the fact that the issues raised by the major were not their issues. You take the example, even now, what the BJP spokesperson, my dear friend Rachna, what she told is about to resolve, there was one, she was general, I was looking for a particularity, and that one particularity was about bridges. World across, they are breaking down the bridges, and the bridges created problems here. And the one thing that is needed is not infrastructure. As an explanation, as a friendly thing, I'm telling her, it is about the pure water, which is a source of water for the citizens. That water needs to be channelized by gravity into the existing lakes and
No,
the
but
existing channels.
that is when it rains. But for traffic, you
Yeah.
surely need urban infrastructure, Kinshuk.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the last 10 years? BJP has been in power in the center for 10 years. BRS was in power in the state for 10 years. They've done enough to take care of urban infrastructure issues in a city like Hyderabad.
In a city like Hyderabad, BRS is in power for the last, since 2014.
Yeah, 10 years.
Unfortunately, we voted for it. We voted for a new state also. I'm sorry, I've never met them again. They have lost because they have lost the trust of the people.
Okay.
Because they have done nothing. They have only built huge houses, etc., roads, etc., which has generated in monies for the private. Let me tell you. So that's why they lost.
Okay.
There was a wholesale attack on the environment by the last 10 years in Telangana.
Okay, Mr. Chaudhary, to respond, and then we'll take a break. Yeah. You did nothing. You were in power for the state. You were in power for the city. Except building palatial homes and bungalows, you actually did nothing for the city.
Well, if some people think of such things, then they are misguided. Let me tell you, Hyderabad has the best infrastructure built in the past 10 years.
So why
we
did
have,
the city
no,
come
let
to
me
a
complete.
standstill
Let me
yesterday?
complete, Jacob.
Why did the city come
we
to a
have
standstill
completed
yesterday?
36 flyovers, link roads, underpasses in these past 10 years to decongest the traffic. And
No, but 1 hour
if you
of
go by
rain-
the speed survey, Hyderabad has one of the fastest moving traffic throughout India.
1 hour of
in the
rain,
metro cities.
One hour of rain brings the city to its knees.
That
And I'm
wasn't-
not telling it's
No,
just
no,
a Hyderabad
that-
problem.
that-
It happens in
that
Gurgaon, it happens
the
in
present
Bombay,
government
it
should
happens in Chennai, everywhere.
No, the present government had clear warning that there will be rains in the coming 4 days. They should have taken extra precautionary measures, and they
Okay.
should have ensured that that problem doesn't arise.
Mr.
And
Shah, very
if you look
quickly,
at
because you're in power
let
now.
me complete 10 seconds. If you look at Rachnaji was saying that we have built many things, but let me tell you, the state government executed projects are completed and they are aiding the people. Whereas central government, they have started 2 bridges and elevated corridors which aren't finished since the past 6 years. You
Okay.
can go and look over the
I
Ramantapur
have
and
to take a
Amberpet
break.
Chenambar
I have to take a
flyovers.
break. Hold your thoughts, please. I have to take a break. We are coming to you live from the beautiful city of Hyderabad, where, as you would expect, the political temperatures are rising. The physical temperatures are also rising because of the intense heat. When we come back on the other side of this break, we'll talk about one issue which plagues this city as much as it does every other city. The issue of voter apathy. Last Lok Sabha election, last assembly election, the voter turnout in Hyderabad was under 50%, which in my view is rather appalling. We'll ask Hyderabadis why they've not showed up at the polls. Quick break. We'll see you right on the other side for the battle for Bharat.
Bultoker.
back. You're watching this special broadcast, The Battle for Bharat. We're coming to you from this beautiful location of the Chiran Fort, right in the heart of Hyderabad city, as we talk about the battle for Telangana. One issue that has plagued the city of not just Hyderabad, but many urban centers across the country is that of voter apathy. Yes, urban voters complain a lot for 364 days in a year, but on the 365th day, which is voting day, they don't show up. And Hyderabad is notorious for it. So let me ask Saida here, who represents Hyderabad in a sense, the last Lok Sabha election, 2019, the Hyderabad voter turnout was 44.8%. The last assembly election, which happened just 6 months ago, the Hyderabad city voter turnout was 46.5%. Don't you think it's a shame that less than half of the city turned out to vote?
Yeah, I think more people need to come out and vote, because I think voting is a power. Voting is our democratic right, and every citizen should use it as a power. We are trying our best to create awareness among all the citizens that they should come out and vote and participate in the democracy.
But don't you also think, ma'am, that the reason why people are not coming out is because they don't like the leaders who are representing the city?
No, that's not the case. I think this time the polling percentage of Hyderabad Lok Sabha constituency will increase and it will go above 50%.
Susham?
There could be another view for this. Most of the settlers are in Hyderabad.
The settlers are in Hyderabad.
Settlers are in Hyderabad, and they have got voting in their native places as well as in Hyderabad.
Okay.
They're registered, yes. So at the time of polling, they go back to their native places and vote.
So is
that could be one of the factors why the voting pattern is.
Is that one of the reasons, Kinshuk, now before we go back to the audience, that in the neighboring constituencies, in the districts surrounding Hyderabad, the turnout is much higher, sometimes 10, sometimes even 15% higher than what it is in the city?
Because Hyderabad is a metro city. People who live here and work here don't belong to this place. They don't have any attachment with the city. So therefore they don't vote. I also vote sometimes and sometimes I don't. So it's like that.
But then that becomes a problem, isn't it? Let's ask the audience here, if we can pass around a mic. The gentleman here in the black T-shirt. This issue of urban apathy, we've seen this in Bangalore, we've seen this in Chennai to some extent, Delhi, Mumbai, that people complain about all kinds of urban issues, and they have a right to do so. We're in a democracy. But at the same time, the one day when you get to hold your politicians to account, Hyderabad is voting less than 50%.
That's very true. Just to introduce, my name is Nishant. I am the CEO of a company called brighten. We are a startup in the education space. So I think the question you asked is very relevant, because most of the issues discussed here, in a way, don't relate to most of the urban audience or urban youth, right? So we are a education company. So there are no issues discussed about education, employment, taxation, etc., which is very relevant in plaguing the present urban youth or urban other citizens as well. So we as a company also work with more than 100 engineering colleges across India, both rural and urban, and we see that there's a huge divide between what the market needs and what the youth are being taught as a curriculum.
Do you see any of the political party representatives talking about this issue, saying that this is an issue that they will do something about?
There has been some opposition leaders whom I've seen that they've spoken about unemployment rate, etc. And even the government, present government in the country, talking about national education policy, etc., which will improve education standards and employments. But one question which keeps coming into all our minds is, does the present government or the opposition leaders, opposition parties have any policies in mind that will improve this gap or kind of reduce this gap between the market need and the things which have been taught?
Mr. Reddy, the opposition has made this also an issue, saying unemployment is at record high, so on and so forth. You have your own set of statistics. But there is a problem as far as young people and finding good quality jobs is concerned. How is your government addressing that?
Our government in the manifesto also has stated that as far as, I'm sorry, your name again? Hishant. As far as sir has spoken, yes, there is definitely a gap between the pragmatic, practical requirements of a job and the education system, including higher education system, that is presently there in India, and our government is trying to bridge that gap with experts, be it skill set development or other vocational training post your education system or during it, in order to bridge that gap. I also want to address one aspect that Sir has spoken about. Urban voters, I will say urban young voters in India have religiously shown a dissidence towards voting.
Why is that? And at some level, isn't it also a failure of the politicians that you're not able to capture the imagination of young India?
I don't think so. I'll just quickly. I don't think so. I think it's the urban young voter who has become so distant from what India, what Bharat, what real India, what the problems of it really are, compared to a rural young voter.
All right, Dr. Lubna, do you believe that the BJP government has done enough to address unemployment issue?
No. See, I'll tell you, clubbing the query and the reply, I want to tell that why he's right is that there requires a diversity in jobs and a creativity in jobs, which is there, but which is not being exploited by the BJP or any other major parties. Now, for example, just to give a small example, in my manifesto, I have highlighted how the Hyderabad constituency, being local specific and also in resonation with the national requirement, we are trying to bring the heritage jobs because it's a heritage constituency. Okay. Secondly, we are trying to bring in the green jobs because I have already designed the entire Hyderabad constituency such that its temperature is going to be 2 to 3 degrees lesser than the adjoining Chevalla and Secunderabad constituency. So that's a design, and we have green jobs over there. Similarly, we have energy jobs because we are going highly for solar energy, not with big plants from big corporates, but divided and individual decentralized solar plants.
Okay.
So this is the creativity that the youth will
Let's get more questions. I think. Before we go,
me too,
you pass on a mic about the voter apathy question, and then we'll go to the gentleman there in the check blazer.
See, I mentioned earlier, I work with the Resident Welfare Association Federation. So we've been asking the GHMC concerned for the voter thing that typically in Secunderabad constituency we have 1810 booths available. So if the booth lists are given to the RWAs, we purify those lists. What happens is typically we have 800 to 1200 votes in each booth. A lot of them move out, some die, whatever. So those corrections are not happening in a timely manner. Okay. So we said empower the community to correct that. Now when you say 50%, normally what happens out of 1200, 300, 400 would have moved out or something. So the effective number is out of 700, 400, 500 have voted. The percentage, but the figure looks very odd.
Still looks less.
Yeah, so we said involve us in purification of the list. And one more thing is the disconnect. Now what happens is, to me, as I say, cricket IPL is happening. Across parties, people keep changing. Like in IPL, you really, like that. We really do not know who's where, who's doing what. Okay. So another point which we've brought out to the urban local authority is, don't have it on a Monday, whatever it is. This time again, you have it on a Monday. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
So it's a long weekend.
Right. Okay. So the point is disconnect plus the environment is not there to vote.
Okay. Can we pass on the mic to the gentleman there? Yes, please go ahead, sir. Yeah. You can sit.
Okay. Good evening to the people on the dais. Thanks to CNN. Satyendra Prasad from Regency Ceramics Limited. Environment, jobs. These are the two things that the parties have to address. And they talk in a very 10,000 feet level, but don't really address it on the ground. For instance, the TRS government last year introduced the cool roof policy in Telangana. Huge, huge press coverage, but no implementation. Last 1 year, absolutely no implementation. And when I speak to the powers that be, they say, oh, really? Is it there? Oh, we didn't realize that. Regency is developing cool roof tiles. And we are doing extension programs through IGBC, still not going there, number one. Number two, on jobs, manufacturing jobs, ceramic tiles. Regency has been proposing that we should have clusters. We have a cluster in Gujarat. Let's have a cluster in the south. Improve the jobs availability to the local people and improve education. Like he said, we have to make it specific to those areas.
Let the VRS spokesperson respond to that. He's saying that you launch schemes with a lot of fanfare, but ultimately the implementation is where you fail.
No, that might be particularly a specific case, but usually if you see, Telangana government under the leadership of KCRG during the past 10 years has done many programs and undertaken many programs successfully which have resulted in increasing of green coverage. For example, if you see, Hyderabad has been judged as the tree city of the world. It has outdone even world capitals, even capitals of the countries.
Dr. Lubna is disagreeing.
Green city, declared green city, by whom is the point? I went to the company that gave you the green city. It was nothing but some company, some organization in some Southeast Asian country. And that you boast as a thumbprint for your...
Okay, you have a grouse with that. But
I don't have a grouse.
let's take the statistics. Let's take the statistics of the central government declared in the parliament. The green cover of Telangana has increased by exponentially and the fastest growth in the past 10 years.
No, I want to come
When
back to a
you say
point.
growth
No,
increased, what were taken into consideration for the
One
growth
second.
is important.
Green coverage, madam.
I will tell you
Please
the
go
facts
through
of
the
the
parliamentary
situation.
answers.
One second.
Both-
One second.
I will
One
tell you
second.
my
Hold on.
answer.
Hold
Please
on,
go
both
through
of
the
you.
parliamentary
Hold on.
answers
Hold
where
on,
the
both of
central
you.
government itself
I
has shared
want to go back to what the gentleman's
you
point.
want, I can
No,
furnish
I
you
want
the
to go back to
details.
the gentleman's point
Ita
about
Haram is a huge fraud.
how
And I can
political parties.
substantiate it.
One second, Dr. Lubna.
Well,
About how
that's your
political
view.
parties, one second, about how political parties have gotten into this convenient mode about giving dole-outs, giving handouts. Congress also does it. BRS also was doing it in its time. This is not going to help solve employment problem.
Doesn't BJP do it?
Can I say something about
Doesn't BJP do it?
No. BJP
No,
does
no.
not do it.
Didn't-
We have
No, no,
never.
didn't
See,
BJP
this is
promise
the-
scooties to
this
women
is the- this
in
is
northeastern
the-
states?
This is.
Didn't
this
BJP
is-
promise scooties to women in northeastern
in
states?
general
Let her
elections,
respond.
in general elections in the state, it is the Congress party that came to power, talking about dole-outs that are financially, exponentially impossible to implement. So it came to power defrauding the state. B. The dole-outs are essentially a handout of the BRS and the Congress party, the Bharatiya Janata Party. In our manifesto and in our thoughts, we are against
No, Kinshu,
rollouts.
the other point
And
is,
as far
one
as
second, ma'am. The other point is, it's not just bad economics, forget about that, but also look at the state of finances of the state today.
Exactly,
I think it's
that's what
6
happened.
lakh crore in debt. Is that the figure?
6 lakh, can
Yeah.
I, before
Quickly,
Mr. Nag, can I just, 6 lakh crore in debt, and the Congress had the audacity to promise ridiculous things in the
Okay.
manifesto,
Kinshu,
and now the
Kinshu, yeah.
RTC is
Okay.
is completely in doldrums.
Yeah,
The
let him respond.
PSRTC.
Let him respond.
सीधी बात ये है
Yeah, let Mr. Nag
कि
respond.
this is a state and the state has to be run with financially principles which are sound. When when the Telangana government came into power, KTR was the first important person. KCR's father was the chief minister. At that point, I had an interaction with KTR, public interaction, at a chamber of commerce. I asked him, आपके पास है क्या? आपके पास तो खाली हैदराबाद शहर है. आप कैसे बड़ा करोगे इसको? He says, कर देंगे. कैसे करोगे? He says, we will build Hyderabad and we'll create a great place. Well, he has built Hyderabad. High-tech city is very good. Gachibowli is very good. Financial district is very good. In fact, power cuts yesterday night was not there so much. But what about the older city, even newer city? So they have created a lot of infrastructure that has benefited the corporates, that has benefited the political parties, but not the people.
Yeah, Dr.
So
Lubna,
that-
yeah.
Quickly. So, see, 2 points here, quick points, sir, just for our comment. See, when we talk about the dolos, and you yourself eliminated the BJP's name, everybody saw that. So,
No, I did not eliminate. I asked the BJP spokesperson to respond.
Okay. So what I'm telling is that here Congress jab when it promised 500 per cylinder, immediately BJP came out with 400. Okay, now that's one point. And remaining
No,
other
but are they- are they-
one
Not the
second.
BJP.
No, no,
That's the
I-
BRS. That's the BRS, not the BJP.
I want
the
to-
Please
BRS
verify.
and the
Okay.
Congress.
Go ahead and verify.
The
Go ahead and
BRS and the
verify.
Congress is
Okay, let her finish.
those
Let
are
her finish.
Okay,
cut,
okay.
copy,
Yeah.
paste
Let
of
her
each
finish.
Go
other.
ahead and verify, let everybody
let her
check on the
finish.
mobile. Now, the second point is that when there was such a huge scam as 1 lakh crore ka, wo Kaleshwaram ka jo hua, Medigadda cracks, we are unable to fill even the upstream and the downstream barrages today, waste of colossal waste, and the L&T doesn't even own it up and repair it for us. This was not in the ilm of the central government. Are we going to listen to that? Repeatedly, this guy was asking to BJP for recognition. Was this not in the knowledge of the BJP? And BJP does this to this state and
Miss-
it's asking for seats today.
Mr. Yeah, Rachna first and then let Mr. Chaudhary respond. after.
Kaleshwaram is mired in corruption that we all know. On top of that,
When did
the
we know?
permissions.
When
the
did we
permissions.
know? 10 years we
Hold
slept
on,
and when
hold on,
Congress
hold on,
came, we
hold on.
know.
Hold on. Now,
You
as far
allowed
as
it to happen.
we did not. Don't put words in my mouth. Here is a state which screams national status for its irrigation projects which are mired in corruption. You bring us evidence as to what happened there. Because an agency, a proper law enforcement agency has to start the investigation.
Okay.
Hold on, I just have one. The moment Medigadda cracked up, it is the central government team of experts that came
You
Okay.
have to
and
do it.
that
Okay,
came
one
that
second,
came
one
and
second.
inspected and gave a damage
Mr. Chaudhary
report.
respond. I'll get one
Of course
final
we
word
have
from
to do
the
it as
audience
we
also.
did it.
Yes, we heard both of you. Mr. Chaudhary, mired in corruption.
No. Jacob, before BJP tries to adopt the holier than thou attitude, what is this?
No, I can't see. What is it?
BJP promises free scooters for female college students in Manipur manifesto.
Okay. So they
So,
also give
and
freebies
these
just like you
So
give freebies. But
they
now
try
answer
to
the
act
question.
as if they are holier than thou.
Yeah, now answer
that,
the
that
question
doesn't
about-
cut here. And
about
let
the
me tell
Kaleshwaram
you,
project, yeah.
Kaleshwaram project has been praised by many engineers and governments. Even
So why were there cracks on it, sir?
no.
That is why it sunk.
That-
It sunk.
Jacob, hasn't India ever witnessed cracks in any dams? That when
Not 3.5 years after
unprecedented
Not
floods
3.5
happen,
years
I think you should give a round of applause for Mr. Chaudhary.
no, you listen to it and then you can try your attitude.
After it was
Let-
over.
Kaleshwaram Dam has endured many
Let's
unprecedented
give the mic
floods,
to the
Jacob,
gentleman
and
there,
only
yes.
2 piers of
Okay.
it has been damaged,
let the
and
ge-
those will be
let the gentleman
repaired
in
by
the check shirt
company
ask.
which has built
Final
them.
question from the audience, after which I have to wrap up. Yes.
Only 2 piers,
Okay,
madam.
can we have silence on
Only
the
2
stage?
piers.
On the stage, please. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Hello, my name is DJ Chakraborty.
Yes. Go ahead.
I am settled in Hyderabad since 2001, and thank you, CNN 18, to give this opportunity to come to this lovely audience and this stage. I have only one simple thing I have observed in last 24 years in Hyderabad. I was following, because Hyderabad, I see the voters are very intelligent.
Yes.
When I came, then some TDP government was ruling. They built Hyderabad to one thing, because we have done a lot of things for high-tech city. I am the transformer manufacturer, South Head. So I was doing a lot of these things, power arrangement over there. Then subsequently that faded out. Then other government came. They also started encashing on that. So Hyderabad started growing. And subsequently everybody started encashing and milking that one. What I found is the most astonishing one that we are talking about today, Kaleshwaram. From 2001, I am following only one thing, that is our Hussain Sagar Lake. Every budget, there was some sanction to make it pollution free. And till today, this 24 years, what I call the most beautiful spot of this developed city is the most polluted lake.
It is actually true. Yeah, I can
We
give
are
you-
talking
I can
about
give you an
environment, we are
anecdotal-
talking about Kaleshwaram, we are talking about lot many big things, lot of statistics. But I am surprising that this lake, which is pride to Hyderabad citizen, it is not yet clean today. We are coming
No,
from the...
I can share an anecdote as we close out the show. I'll get Saida to respond also on this. We were initially planning to do this show from the Hussain Sagar Lake, and we were told, in fact my colleague here said, that the stink is so bad, the odor is so bad, I don't think your guests and your audience will be able to do a 1-hour show. That's why we didn't do the show from there. We're here at the Chiran Fort. Saida, please respond and then we'll close out the show after that. Why? It's the pride of this city. Why can't you clean it up? Why can't it be a tourist attraction like the Hudson River front in New York or the Thames River in London?
Of course, whichever government is there in the power, they should, try to solve this issue.
But ma'am, your party has represented the city for the last 40 years, as you said. What have you done to clean up that lake?
We do, request the government, we do make a representation for the renovation and cleaning of such things. We do that. And one question I want to ask to the representative of the BJP party, see, as far as the development of Telangana is concerned, as far as the welfare of the people is concerned, whichever government is there, we try to get our work done. But the way the BJP
See, I think let out a secret as well. But
Kindly mention what is this.
Listen.
We'll
We want
let
to
that
hear.
pass, yeah.
The
But
way
what is your question?
BJP
What is your question?
BJP
We have to wrap up as well, yeah.
representing the vision of her party.
Let her.
The way she is representing the vision of a party, if they are really concerned with the development, infrastructure, environment, and other issues of Telangana,
Okay.
then why do the PM Modi and JP Nadda, Amit Shah come here and only talk about Razakars, Bhagyanagar, or
Okay, very quick response.
the Muslim reservation? Why do you need to talk about
Okay,
these
let her
topics?
respond.
Why
Let
do
her
you
respond.
only
Why
talk
don't you talk
about
about
why do you
Let her
only
respond.
talk about
I have to wrap up
communal
as well.
politics?
Ma'am, you've
Why
asked
do
a
you
question,
only
let her
talk
respond.
about communal politics? We are talking about development. We are talking about taking
Then why
India,
do you
Bharat
need
from
to
fifth to
Okay.
the third spot. It is
Alright.
you who indulges in communal politics every single
Okay,
time.
last 10
Because
seconds.
you don't
Last 10
represent
seconds.
the entire
Alright.
Telangana
Doc-
state
Doctor-
as if
Doctor-
you only
Dr.
represent the
Lubna,
Muslims.
last 10
Now,
seconds.
as
I
far
have
as
to wrap up.
Hyderabad is
No,
concerned,
I have to wrap up. I have
Please
to wrap
allow
up.
me.
I have to wrap up. I have to wrap up.
There
10
is
seconds,
Sabarmati
ma'am,
feelings.
please. Let Dr.
There was
Lubna wrap.
Sabarmati
10 seconds.
riverfront
What
Yeah,
I'm,
10 seconds.
what I'm
10
trying to tell,
Hyderabad.
Rachna, one
Rachna,
second,
please,
one
10
second. See, what I'm telling is that if the MIM person has a complaint or rules against BJP that they are not talking development, I want to ask here that should we listen any time from the AMIM MP or any MLA talking about the local jobs, drugs, employment,
I have to
anything,
wrap up.
and
I have to wrap
never
up. Thank you very
know
much.
Hyderabad
We'll have to
as
leave it at that.
always.
I'm sorry. I'm out of time. Thank you very much. It's gotten quite heated in this battle for Bharat, and understandably so. There are issues, and there are people who are passionate about those issues. So we want to see this passion on Monday the 13th. We want to see residents of Hyderabad, Hyderabadis, to come out in large numbers and vote for the issues that matter to you. We hope that this program, the Battle for Bharat, the Battle for Telangana, has helped shine light on some of those issues. From me, Zakir Jacob, and the rest of the CNN News 18 team, thank you very much to our panelists here on the dais and our wonderful audience here. Can we sign off with a round of applause? Thank you for joining us in this live special edition from the Chiran Fort, the Battle for Bharat, the Battle for Telangana.
election fever is gripping Tamil Nadu.
Maharashtra is going to polls in 5 phases.
Crowds are building for the Prime Minister's rally.
The Congress is hoping this time it can snap some seats from the BJP.
Corruption, Hindutva and Vikas remain the core pitch for the BJP.
One of the important factors of this election will be the return of statehood. The guarantees of Prime Minister Narendra Modi is resonating with people.
Amid this controversy, we are seeing that Rahul Gandhi has arrived at Wayanad.
Infrastructure.
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. 7 months into the Gaza war, political equations have shifted significantly. Israel is losing allies, and in the latest blow, the US has put arms shipments on hold, which raises the question, can Netanyahu win this war alone? And at what cost? Meanwhile, in Europe, Xi Jinping is exposing the disunion, whipping up anti-Western sentiments in Serbia before he heads to Hungary. Elsewhere, the Taliban is attending an OIC meeting, Organization of Islamic Countries. Does this mean that they recognize the Taliban regime? We'll discuss that. In India, aviation chaos after Air India Express cancels scores of flights. In Australia, a cap on student visas is directly hurting Indian students. The campus protests of America have spread to the rest of the world. Dramatic scenes